I just want to say one thing. Jonathan Taylor, best back in the league. 9 carries, 54 yards.
Yeah. Let's get another ball for that.
So I just want to say that.
Definitely. I'm glad you brought that up.
So I think our biggest struggle is going to be with the Chargers defense. I think our defense will be good simply because they're going to put that pressure on them, man.
Yeah.
You got Dwayne Smoot in that front row, got that dog in him, bro.
You got a dog in him.
That dog, bro.
We just got a lot of, like, Gotses. Like, even Adam
Gotses,
Gotses showed up last week, you know? I mean, Sunday. But, like, yeah, I feel like we didn't see it the first week. We didn't get too much pressure on Wentz. But this week we did against a line that is, you know, respected in the league, you know?
Every day, nothing like a show. Observe, play the adjustment show. We on our way to the top, shout out to J.O. It's been the bumpy ride, but we ain't
we're
moving
back.
slow.
Another episode of The Adjustments. It's your boy, J.O.
It's your boy, DZ Meatball Denzel. Whichever one you want to call me.
Whichever one you want to call him. And you see who we have
Back in the building.
It's the boy, Vinnie Carollo. How you doing, Vinnie?
Pretty well, boys. Thank y'all for having me again. Back with a vengeance.
Yes, man.
Definitely.
So you already know what happened this past Sunday, man. The Jaguars came out with a shutout for the first dub of the 2022 season.
Definitely.
Hit him with the Jameis.
So it feels good, man. It feels real good. The city was. You should have seen it after the game, man. It was just when the Jaguars win, you know, the city is just a better place.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and start with you, Vinny. What did you see from the Jags that you normally don't see, and how do you feel about the win? You know what I'm saying?
Well, man, you know, we had the Commanders first week, and there was a lot of, like, Trevor just not making the passes that he should have made. Yeah. You know, there was I think it was in the first or second quarter, he overthrew Christian Kirk in the end zone. Mm-hmm. He overthrew Christian Kirk once and then Travis Etienne the second time in the end zone.
Yeah.
And it was like he came out yesterday and he knew how to make those passes, man.
Yeah.
It was like he learned they had a 5-day week this week. Mm-hmm. So he learned how to make the passes in 5 days. I was like, it's very reassuring as a fan to see him making those passes now.
And I think he got the ball out a lot quicker than he did in the first week. I feel like he was going for the big plays, like those big chunks, like you were saying.
Oh yeah.
He wanted those big chunks, but when you have the stuff underneath, not even underneath, but just like your first read, you do have progression. So your first read, if it's there, you know, you can't skip it. You know.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That Commanders game had me questioning my whole existence. Like, why do you have Travis Etienne running tight end routes? Why are you doing this on 4th and 3 instead of just giving, you know, Robinson the ball and having him just push? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then seeing everything come together yesterday, I was like, okay, it's only week 2, but everything we saw last week or this week effectively negates everything we saw the week before.
Exactly.
It almost looked like a totally different team.
It did, because and then we can say, like, the week 1 we left a lot of points on the field. It's just they executed to the T those first, and it's just okay. Let me just say this: it was just a whole complete game, offense, defense, special teams. You know, the kicker didn't miss a kick.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything,
you,
you know, everything was on point. And one stat that I seen, like, our defense go on that side of the ball, but come back to offense. But the defense, we leading the league in turnovers right now. We got 5 picks.
Yeah.
Arden Key with his first sack as a pro yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, oh my God.
So it's just crazy. Like, I don't. It's just good to see. It's just really good to see the Jazz come and play the complete game, and it's the first game in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we beat a divisional rival in the Colts that just don't seem to, you know, play good in Jacksonville at all.
I don't know what it is, man, either. I mean, shout out to the Jags social media team for posting that little clip they did this morning about, you know, Colts have never beat us. Seven matchups at home, they've never beat us once. And I don't know what it is, if it's just something in the water down here, they can't get it together or what, but like we talked when we did the schedule release, you know, we all made the joke that the Colts at home was a guaranteed win, but it really is.
Yeah.
And for us, it's good it came early in the season. because I think it's really going to help the offense, the defense, special teams. Duval Doug, shout out to him, his first win as a Jaguars head coach. I mean, it was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I don't want people to feel like just because we beat the Colts, like that's the only game. Because I heard people say, "Well, that's the only game they're gonna win for another 5 weeks." Like, you know
Haters.
Definitely, like that media hate. Like, can we not just have a good game?
The media is hating, but I mean, rightfully so. But at the same time, the media is also the same people who were saying the Colts had the number 1 defense in the league before preseason even started. They were talking about the Colts being the best defense, and a quarterback that everybody, Colin Cowherd, everybody on Fox, a lot of people on ESPN have been dogging Trevor Lawrence, and he came out there
25 to 28, wasn't it?
25 to 30.
25-30. I mean,
235, 2 tubs.
2 tutties, bro. Second year, he's clicking, man.
It's clicking. Like
He's clicking.
I think he actually seen the field yesterday. He's seen it and it just, like I said, it just comes with how he's getting the ball out. I just you can't hold on to that ball in the lead. They gonna come.
No.
They're
gonna come get you. And he's using check downs.
Has been utilized like they were supposed to be.
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, bro. That
Just
boy is-
he's sent from heaven.
He
It's
is.
just like him in the slot is dominant. Like I think he can win every single route that he runs.
He's nuts, man. And I don't think, this is something I talked about with some people I work with and some other friends I have, is the first game was a good example of why you play your 1s, your 2s, your 3s in the preseason. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big contributing factor of why we lost to Washington, is because that was the first time all of our 1s have been on the field.
Yeah, together.
True.
Yeah.
They learned in 1 week where their strengths and their weaknesses are, and they kind of showed where they can come back from their weaknesses in yesterday's game. I think. You know? They did. The play calling on the offensive side of the ball was friggin' phenomenal.
That's
man.
great, man.
That whoever that defensive coordinator is for the Colts could not wrap his head around it for whatever reason, and they weren't even doing anything crazy. They weren't doing some crazy Kansas City RPO double tight end like wild outlandish stuff.
Right. It was a lot of drags, curls.
It was quick.
Yeah.
It was just quicker.
It was
quicker.
I listened to not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I listened to the first half of the game on Gator Country on 99.9, and one thing they said is a young quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, a young offense like we have, finding a good tempo is the best thing that can happen, and that's what happened yesterday. Is they found a solid tempo.
Right, and I think it's credit to the coaching, because you can tell like they got to the film and like you said, they corrected all the mistakes that they had the week before.
Yeah,
and even defense, like having 6 sacks. You know what I'm saying? 3 interceptions.
Damn, 6, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
Josh Allen had 2. It was just everybody balled, bro. Everybody balled.
Yeah.
It was just a good game.
I just laughed because during the game yesterday, bro, I would half the time I didn't even know what I was getting up yelling for. Cause I was it was just
something.
So much stuff. Now it was like we was getting so much stuff was going on. Like good God, I ain't never had this feeling. I couldn't even remember how many sacks. How many? You said 3 picks.
Yeah.
3
picks, bro.
6 sacks.
Wow.
I think Allen had 2 or 3. Arden Key with his big first one.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense was off the chain, man. Defense was nuts. Offense was nuts. Special teams was good.
And then you can't even. Okay, so the Colts. I don't want to hear nobody say that the Colts didn't have Michael Pittman or Shaq Leonard. It wouldn't have made a difference though.
No,
I really don't. It wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have.
Really would.
And like I said, man, I don't know what it is. Like the Colts are not a team to be underestimated, but they can't win in Jacksonville.
They can't. And really, bro, they don't look too hot. Like to tie with the Texans on the first week, and then come back and get shut out. Like shout out to can we get a round of applause for the shutout? Like it's hard. It's hard to shut out anybody in the league.
Yeah,
for sure.
0 points.
0
for
points.
60 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They held them to no points. They really held them to the point where they weren't in great field goal position either.
Right.
You know?
And when they did get into the red zone, they had to, you know what I'm saying, they had to go for it because they was down all over.
Yeah.
It was
The
down.
whole game they were
The whole
down.
game. The whole game. So it's great. It's great to see. You know, we could definitely have a test next week. Just depending on, I think Herbert's gonna play.
Gotta buckle up, boys.
You know, but that's really gonna be a test for our offense and a test for our defense, because the Chargers defense is damn good, and then you know we all know about that quarterback in San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, but L.A.
We get where you going.
The Chargers. So, hey, man.
Yeah, Chargers is going to be a tough matchup. I definitely think that. You got Derwin James, dog.
Dog.
He got that dog in him. I mean, like their defense is going to be. I mean, their offense is good too with Justin Herbert. You know, they've got really, really, really good skill position players on the offense, but their defense is scary, man.
Scary.
Super scary.
You got those guys coming off the edge, Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack.
Ugh.
It's nasty. You know, they got some young linebackers that can play. Secondary is good.
Keenan Allen's still hurt.
That's one. You know, he got the hamstring little injury, but we don't know yet.
But then again, but your boy Mike Williams.
Mike Williams is just a
dunking on people all last Monday.
Man.
What was that? Monday or Sunday night?
It was Sunday.
Yeah.
The Chiefs. No, it was Thursday night.
Okay.
Thursday night against the
Football,
Chiefs.
Yeah,
But he just you throw it up to him, he gonna come down with it, really, like majority of the time. So it's going like even and then you add Keenan Allen, if he comes in, I'm expecting him to play. I expect everybody to play.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just Keenan Allen there, you know how he's a route technician and he can get open whenever he wants. You know, just seeing how our corners struggled in that first week. You know, it scares me a little bit. And then you got a boner like Herbert ain't got. I mean, Wentz ain't got nothing on Herbert. You know, nothing. Even though Wentz is baller right now, you gotta give it to him. But he's still not better than Herbert at all.
Nah, I think the biggest problem the Jags will have with the Chargers is going to be the Chargers defense.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay.
But after what I've seen this weekend, if they can ride that momentum going into the game, I think they'll be okay, man. Because I mean, Evan Ingram's a baller.
Yeah.
I feel opposite of that, to be honest with you.
What?
I feel like, bro, I really.
You think he could be doing more?
No, our defense, bro. You got to think, bro.
Oh.
Our defense still.
You think
I think our
our
defense is going to
needs to step
struggle.
up.
Listen, because, we had a hell of a game yesterday. But if you really watch the game, our corners were still getting caught on. They still, even Shaquille, that whole left side, was it left, right? But anyways, the side Shaquille Griffin on and Jenkins is on.
I think
the ball was still being caught over there. It
don't
just
know,
wasn't
man.
the D line, and then we were stopping the run, and then we was getting pressure, so we couldn't really tell. But they still was getting open.
I just want to say one thing. Jonathan Taylor, best back in the league, 9 carries, 54 yards.
Yeah. Let's get another ball for that.
So I just want to say that.
Definitely. I'm glad you brought that up.
so. I think our biggest struggle is going to be with the Chargers defense. I think our defense will be good simply because they're going to put that pressure on them, man.
Yeah.
You got Dwayne Smoot in that front row, got that dog in him,
You
bro.
got a dog in him.
That dog, bro.
We just got a lot of like Gotsis. Like even
Gotsis,
Adam
bro.
Gotsis showed up last night. Last
man.
week, you know? I mean, Sunday. But like, yeah, I feel like we didn't see it the first week. We didn't get too much pressure on Wentz, but this week we did against a line that is, you know, respected in the league, you know?
A line that we talked about in the preseason being built for Andrew Luck and how they were going to be formidable, and our guys, they walked them, bro.
Walked them back. They couldn't do anything with us. Like,
He was getting pressure in everything.
every gap, everything. So if we can do that, I mean, I don't really too much. The Chargers don't run the ball that great. Just even though Austin Eckler is a good running back. You know, but he's more of like he's more of a pass catcher. But like I said, he can still run the ball. But our run defense, we top 5 in run defense right now. And no, it's only 2 weeks, but those statistics are, you know, documented. You know what I'm saying? 12th in passing offense. You know, like
it's like being back in high school science, bro. You got the hypothesis and the data. You know,
you got to use it.
Yeah,
you know?
but I think our D line will be okay. Mm-hmm. Shaq Griffin, man. He's gonna ball out when he can. You know, he's a vet now. Like he's gonna make plays where he needs to make plays, and I think it's going to be key having him out there on Sunday against the Chargers because he played him. He's played him multiple times when he was with the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what to look for. He knows what to do. He's going to be key out there. Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen.
Yeah, he been doing.
Dog.
He been doing this thing.
Yeah, man. He's a dog. Josh Allen, Shaq Griffin, Arden Key. I'm still very impressed with Arden Key from this weekend, man.
Yeah, he's good.
You know, it's. I think our defense is going to give them a run for their money.
Okay. I
don't know why I got more confidence in the offense this year, bro. I really do. And that's weird.
I like the offense.
I thought defense is more explosive.
It's because you like blondes, bro. You got to think for Trevor Lawrence. It's okay.
But it's really, we haven't really seen our offense go backwards for real. So
I mean, not to talk bad about the boys, but you can't go much more backwards than losing
the
Commanders in week one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's what. But even though we were struggling against the Commanders, we were still the ball was still moving.
The ball was moving. You're right,
you know
but I think it comes back to that tempo. If they can get out early against the Chargers, at least get good tempo down the field. Maybe not even score on the first drive, but at least get a field goal on the first drive. They'll be like, okay. We're moving. We're putting points on the board. Right. It'll be good for them. Yeah. It'll definitely be good. If they like when they played the Commanders in the first half, they had 2 in a row 4 and outs or 3 and outs rather. If they have that against the Chargers, they won't be able to get their momentum. I don't think the offense will be able to get the momentum. It'll go back to being on the defense again.
Okay.
And that's why I put my faith.
Yeah, we definitely can't be in the position trying to come back.
Nah, we gotta be there.
I got faith in our squad, but at the same time, we got to keep it real, man. We can't be down 2 possessions talking about coming back.
We seen them do it, though. They did. They did it against the Commanders.
They did, but...
They did it. We didn't win, but they did it. They came... It was 14-3 at half. We came back.
We did come back, but there was a lot of bad play calling that I think, from what it looks like, aside from offense and defense, you talk coaching staff, I think the coaching staff is really starting to click too.
Heck yeah.
Doug Peterson seems to have like a good handle on his guys, his OC, his defensive coordinator. Like, I think just as much as the team's clicking on the field, they're clicking in the box and on the field too. I think we've got the potential to do very well. Yeah. At least a winning season record. If we don't come out with a winning record this season, that would be the most disappointing thing.
I really think we have the formula. We can stop the run. You know what I'm saying? That just opens up everything. And then we can move the ball numerous ways on offense. Like, if Trevor plays the way he played, just getting the ball out of his hand. That's my biggest thing with him. Get the ball out of his hands, and the way they were moving him out the pocket, rolling out. I think he's a super accurate when he's throwing on the run. You know what I'm saying? And then we get James Robinson and ETN going, like, just the way James Robinson played more than ETN this game. So I like how they're splitting that up, It's just they're going with the hot hand, and James Robinson has that hot hand. Even though every time we see ETN touch the ball, it seems like
somebody missing.
Somebody making somebody miss. It's about 8 yards, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the change of pace, like, we know ETN's first round, but James Robinson is the better runner. I'm sorry, James Robinson is the better running back.
Proven he's better running back.
Of course,
right
so
now,
I love that they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? I love that they're giving him majority of the snaps, just because we know what this guy does. And then when ETN gets in, he's just that change of pace, explosive, just totally different from James Robinson. So it's just great. I like how they just.
I do think that is a smart move that they've made, where they're kind of splitting the reps and things like that. Because you're right. I mean, James Robinson's got that hot hand, and he's the veteran. He's got more experience. He knows what to look for in shifts in the offensive line. Like he's a good running back, man. He might not be the best running back in the league this year, but if he stays healthy and keeps getting reps, he'll definitely be in the top 3 to 5 running backs in the league in the next 2 years.
I like it.
Ain't that, bro? Really, bro? It's not that many good running backs. So I think he up there already.
It's top heavy with the running backs. I mean, it's really top heavy. You just got the Jonathan Taylor,
Derek,
Derek,
Josh,
Dalvo.
Yeah.
I was going to say Josh Jacobs,
I don't know.
He ain't been.
He ain't top 5.
Yeah.
Not top 5.
Oh, not top 5. I was talking about.
He got like Mixon,
Up at Joe
Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Who else?
Chubb.
Heck yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Chubb always.
Nick Chubb.
Chubb ain't past 3. Chubb got to be at least 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
So it's a few that I think James Robinson will be top 10 definitely. I think he can get that easily. You know what I'm saying? That's him right now.
Well, it's saying something too about the change you're seeing in the NFL where you're throwing the ball more.
Heck yeah.
The ball's in the air more. Running backs aren't, I remember watching Fred Taylor. Those were the days when like a running back was your top commodity. Now it's your wide receivers. Tight ends aren't even getting the love they used to anymore. A couple guys got the bag, in the offseason, like Darren Waller and things like that. But tight ends and running backs are kind of taking a backseat to all your wide receivers because of the way the league's going. So that's why nobody's really paying attention to them. That's why,
receivers getting $20 million plus now.
Bro.
Getting paid like quarterbacks.
Brinks trucks.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Ramsey Brinks trucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy.
Like just like you said, quarterbacks, receivers, and corners, they're getting that. Those are the premium positions in the league now, in the football game right now. That's what you need. So it's just like Doug Peterson said something. He said you got to throw the ball to score, run the ball to win.
It makes sense though, man.
Makes
Because
sense.
right now, I don't think there's a lot of teams that are playing. There's not a lot of teams that are playing to stop a run game. Like, you can see it. I mean, the Colts' defensive line is strong, yes, but they weren't prepared for a run game. They were prepared for that ball to be in the air. You can see by the way they set their corners and everything on some of their plays. Like, they were prepared for, and it may just be bad play calling on their part too, because there was some really stupid matchups they had.
We just outcoached them the whole game. It was just outcoached.
Like, bro, there was at one point I think I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the first half, and we had 2 receivers on the left, a tight end, wide receiver on the right, and these guys are playing like shallow zone. Knowing we're going at least 10 yards before that ball's going in the air.
Right.
It's just bad play calling, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bad play calling on their part, and shout out to our guys because they took advantage of it.
Yeah, and then I feel like Gilmore, they're not using him right. I feel like since Christian Kirk was out there just killing them, why not put Gilmore on Christian Kirk? I seen times where it was Gilmore on Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
I don't know.
The
coach just in shambles, like, for real. I wouldn't be surprised if they get fired. That coaching staff get fired.
I
but
think
you can't blame them because that rotation of quarterbacks and they don't have no weapons on the outside, like none whatsoever. All they have on offense is Jonathan Taylor.
They just had 3 different quarterbacks in the past.
And in the past 3 years, and all of them go to
had Carson Wentz, Matty Ice,
Phillip Rivers,
and Andrew Luck before that.
So it's just, that's like a Rex Ryan said. That's a place where you want to go to retire if you're a quarterback.
Yeah,
because Matt Ryan looked bad, bro.
Matt Ryan did not look good. He did not look anything like he did in Atlanta. And who knows, man? It might be bad play calling set him up. It might be they spent so much money on that offensive line that they were building in the last. Because you got to think, man, Andrew Luck was just in the league 4 years ago. Yeah. So they're still paying on all those offensive linemen.
Yeah. And they threw the bag, too.
Yeah, man. So they're still paying them. They can't really afford to go get any weapons right now.
Yeah.
That's like buying they basically, what they did was they bought wheels before they bought a car. You know what I mean? Like, they bought 22s and all they could afford is a Fiat.
Yeah. 22s on the Fiat.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Like that's essentially what the Colts did, and I think it's biting them. It's biting them right now.
Yeah, they need to spend more money on skill positions. You know what I'm saying? Draft. Oh, they drafted good in alignment, but like you said, they paying. Quentin Nelson got paid over the summer.
Quentin Nelson.
He's one of the best guards, but you couldn't tell yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
No, you couldn't, bro.
That's good.
Yeah, but
you couldn't.
I mean, but week 2 was just crazy and all, man. We could just go through everything that happened, really. I mean, that crazy. All right, all the two doubters, man. You gotta You gotta be quiet. That boy, he's showing his ass. He
really is.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really a two or doubt.
But it's just when you get weapons, bro. Everybody ain't Mahomes where you can make, or Brady where you can make average people look good. But when you get a track team, Tyreek Hill, how both your receivers get 10 plus catches, 150 plus yards, and 2 touchdowns?
Hey, bro. Yeah. Only wide receivers to do that in NFL history.
Bro, it's crazy.
With Tua,
that ain't gonna be their last time doing it.
Oh no, bro! You'll see that at least 2 more times this season.
It's crazy.
Easy. Like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. If you didn't pick them up in fantasy, like hindsight looking back now, you're kind of an ass. If you didn't pick at least one of them, I mean,
how many points Tyreek gave you?
I got I don't know how many.
I know in my dad team he got Jalen Waddle. He gave him 40.
It's nuts, bro.
It's nuts.
Yeah, he gave me 32.
Yeah, that's
32 and 40, bro. 72 points. Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on. And then like 2 of 469, 6 tubs. I don't even care about the 2 interceptions, you know.
Yeah, you can get, like I said, you can give me 2. You throw me 2.
They came back 21 down in the 4th.
Yeah.
You know, and I see people try to blame Lamar. Lamar can't play defense.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Lamar did.
He went off.
I think he threw for almost 200 yards.
He threw for 318.
318, okay. 318. But I seen he ran for 100
yards.
Ran for 100. Bro. So you did everything you could do.
Like, I mean, look.
Yeah, bro.
The thing is, Lamar's got to do that, though. Lamar's got to do that because he's trying to get that contract, man.
Yeah.
So you're going to see some crazy Lamar Jackson clips this year.
Yeah, they'll be a fool to lick.
They gonna.
I really feel like he don't have to. Like, people feel like he got to go have like a Superman year. Like, come on now, we done seen him.
Just be Lamar.
Yeah.
The problem with Lamar is this, bro. He has to have a Superman year. Otherwise, he looks like the guy who's like
coasting along.
Well, he's coasting along, but he's also letting his, like my dad used to say, you're letting your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna talk like that, you need to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks, and bro, he's on Twitter. You know,
yeah, he tweeting.
He tweets all kinds of stuff, like his whole thing with Hollywood going, and like, you know, that front office has been very respectful and let him talk his talk. But now it's time for him to walk the walk if he wants that bag. And
he gonna do it, man.
He's going to. I mean, you saw that this weekend.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's hard for them to do it by itself, though. Like you said, defense got to step up.
That was supposed to be one of the best defenses, like really on paper.
Yeah, yeah. You can't let that happen, though, bro.
You can't
let that.
Not 21 down. I mean,
it was a great weekend for football, defense, man.
Great weekend.
It was.
It was so many, like the Cardinals.
Oh my god!
You know that OT with the Raiders.
Yeah.
People talk so much, bro. So we listen to some of the same shows, McAfee and everything, and they joke about him playing Call of Duty. Today they were talking about, like, they had this view of from behind Kyler Murray when he threw that last touchdown, that dart, man, like absolute missile.
Mm-hmm.
It puts it in perspective when you're standing behind him and you notice that he can't even see where that ball was going because he's so damn short, bro. Yeah. He literally is like, he throws and looks up at the Jumbotron to make sure his guy caught the ball. Because he basically said, hey, somebody's going to be there. And hooked it, bro. That's essentially what he did.
And that's why you see him running around so much. Like,
get from
because he can't see, bro.
Y'all seen that play yesterday? It was like a 20-second.
2-point conversion. Like he was literally
20-second 2-point conversion. He was running. He's directing traffic.
Yeah,
like he works for Jacksonville International Airport, bro. Like
he literally ran in like a circle, came back, ran back.
It was like when you play your little brother on Madden and you run backwards.
Yeah.
The auto defensive shift. And then you just run right in for a touchdown. That's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
He pulled out the Madden playbook on him, you know?
It's crazy what he does sometimes, man. You know, what other games was crazy?
Chiefs game. That was...
Yeah, the Chiefs Chargers. I mean...
That was...
We didn't even talk about that, you know? The Chiefs Chargers was... That felt like a Super Bowl, really.
Yeah.
It really felt like a Super Bowl, even though it's 2 AFC teams, but it felt like a Super Bowl just watching them. And then you had the Super Bowl-like moment with Herbert can't even
Yeah.
barely move and can't run because his ribs messed up. It's just
I got another type of respect for him, bro.
after that, yeah.
And then he still came and threw the touchdown.
They threw a strike, bro.
Yeah, they was smacking him. They was smacking him.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
And then Mahomes just being Mahomes. That's my favorite quarterback
Mahomes,
ever, bro. I'm ain't no low key. I'm a Chiefs fan after the Jags.
Jeez, man.
I just other than Brady, bro. I ain't never seen nobody like him.
We talked about it.
And Brady not even like Mahomes. Mahomes not like Brady at all. It's just Brady
we talked about it in the preseason, man, when we did the schedule review. I think, dude, once these defenses start clicking, I think it's gonna be over for them, man. I really do, bro.
No.
I really do. I think.
Are you a Josh Allen guy?
I mean, I like Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen's great.
Come
I like
on,
Justin
man.
Herbert too. I think my
That's another.
sleeper fan this season, bro. And so many people are gonna trash this. I think it's gonna be the Saints, dude.
Really?
After I talk bad about my
was
mom
not
being a
expecting to hear
Saints
that.
fan,
I wasn't expecting to do that.
dude, I don't know, man.
What make you feel like that?
James can't do what he did yesterday, though.
Yeah,
He can't just he threw them out the game.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know, man.
And we fans of James. We love James. It's Florida State.
Definitely.
I don't know. There's something in my gut, and maybe it's my ancestry from New Orleans.
Yeah.
All my ancestors speaking to me like, you bastard. Why are you a Jacksonville fan? But I don't know, man. I just got this sinking feeling that New Orleans is going to be one of those that kind of teeters, gets a playoff berth, and then they go all the way. I just have this like crazy suspicion.
Not the good season, no, all the way.
All the way.
Yeah.
So they got the
That's how I feel. That's how I feel in the closet right now.
Yeah. You taking the plate off, putting the Ravens plate on, bro?
So they got in the NFC. I love the Vikings. I love what the Vikings doing.
The Vikings is another one, man.
The Packers looked damn good last night. They changing up the formula. They running the
I
ball a
was mad about
lot
that,
more.
bro.
Hey, I did like the ayahuasca celebration.
Man,
Did you see that, bro?
just Aaron Rodgers is just.
Aaron Rodgers, man, they get that tutty and he pours the cup. Everybody takes a sip. Ooh,
He's a character, man.
Right.
Bro, I will say that I
You
am
can't deny him.
outside of football. I like Aaron Rodgers because he's opening himself up to more media. He was doing McAfee on Tuesdays last year.
Yeah.
That was the only media he's been doing. He did a hilarious interview. Have you guys ever watched Sunday
Conversation?
Conversation?
Yeah, with Barstool Sports.
Yeah, with
the
Barstool
guy-
Sports.
What's his name, bro?
Caleb Presley.
Caleb Presley is bro. That joke is so funny.
Bro, he
You
did.
gotta watch.
That's the
You
same
gotta
dude
watch
with the 1 minute
that.
pizza review?
No,
that's Dave Portnoy. That's the CEO,
He's the owner,
the president.
Yeah, the CEO, yeah.
But Caleb Presley's one of his bloggers, journalists, writers, whatever you
Bro,
want to call the people.
he the
at
best
Barstool.
one on Barstool.
He's hilarious. He does these Sunday Conversation episodes where it's like a 7-minute clipped interview where they just kind of splice it together, and he asks all these funny questions, and they did a bit on vaccines with Rogers, bro. Like, close your eyes, we're going to put a blindfold on you, and he puts a fake vaccine in him, like dogging him, just like making fun of him, and Aaron Rodgers is picking on him back. It was very funny. He's very personable. I mean, regardless of vaccines and politics and all that stuff, I think you're seeing a different side of him, and I think he's having fun. And that's cool.
Yeah, it is good, man.
Bro, for me with Aaron Rodgers, you know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
bro. He just let me down year after year after year after year.
Oh,
He
yeah,
win.
man.
He's
Just
gonna
'cause
win the MVPs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you that good though, like
They like it's another thing that we say with Lamar. I mean, Aaron Rodgers really ain't had nothing really. I mean, he had Devontae,
That was his
Devontae,
only-
and then
That was it, bro. Because
That's
they
it.
were going into the season last year. They
Aaron
were saying Bob Tunyon, Big
Yeah.
Bob Tunyon, their
Yeah.
tight end, was going to be like their saving grace, and he got hurt in week 3 or 4, I think, and he was out for most of the season.
yeah.
And so he was pretty much all that energy got shifted to Devontae Adams, man, and good on him, bro, because Devontae balled out last year. I don't care what anybody says.
He been brought out for the last. I don't want to call him. I mean, he is the best receiver in the league right now. You know what I'm saying?
As of this moment, yes.
But Justin Jefferson, though, he
Justin
He has the
Jefferson's
case.
good.
He has the case to be the best right now.
I'm trying to think of like great wide receivers. Like just wide receivers for me. The first one that always comes to mind is Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, then Tyreek Hill, and then, honestly, Marquez Scantling.
You like him?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a.
He's like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I like him. He's good. Yeah, I mean, but like, no, he's kind of like a sleeper wide receiver. He puts down good stats. He's there when you need him to be. He can run the long ball. He can do short routes. He can do mid routes. He's a good wide receiver. He's one that I would, if you told me I had to pick 2 wide receivers to build a franchise around, I would have no problem taking either Tyreek and him or Devontae and him. No problem. No
That's
problem.
bold. I ain't gonna lie. That's bold there, Vinny.
Hey, man. Come with the hot takes.
That's bold there.
Yeah.
I was not expecting you to say that, though.
Yeah,
Hot take, huh?
I from what Justin Jefferson they own right now, but I love what he does. I think he's
not a bad wide receiver at all, man.
I think he's the best.
You just always
I think he's the best.
Now.
Bro.
Come on, bro.
I think he's the best. 3rd year, man. 3rd year, I think he's the best. And I don't even think it's that close either. I really don't. And even with Devontae doing what he's been doing these last couple years, and Tyreek and everybody else, I mean, ain't nobody did in this document. Ain't nobody did what Justin Jefferson has done.
Yeah.
These first 2 years.
You're not wrong. Justin Jefferson's a great wide receiver. I mean, the problem is there's not that many eyes on him. So a lot of people aren't going to understand where you're coming from. Like, I mean, think about it. Tyreek Hill's got a massive social media presence, so he's always in the public eye. Devontae Adams, kind of the same thing. He's got a lot of attention on him coming off, a good year with the Packers and now going to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And getting the bag.
Justin Jefferson got everybody doing this.
But Justin Jefferson,
gritty?
He got like
gritty. Yeah.
He got all the kids' attention.
He got a kid. I don't know, man. That's me. I would call.
I mean, if I had to pick between Tyreek and Justin Jefferson, that's a tough. Now that's a tough decision, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's a tough decision.
Any man who puts their Twitter and Instagram handle as a wild animal has my vote. I'm going with the cheetah, baby. I'm taking the cheetah over Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry.
But Justin Jefferson.
I'm sorry. You're right. The stats are there with Jefferson, but I'm taking the cheetah, bro.
Okay.
He's outlandish too. Did you see the thing with him and Jake Paul this week?
Cheetah.
Tyreek Hill.
Nah, I didn't see
So
it.
listen, he goes on Jake Paul's show, does the whole interview, the whole bit with him having to be handcuffed to, Jackson Mahomes to win a Super Bowl. Oh, Super Bowl, wait, I ain't doing that. So then they talk about him sliding in girls' DMs. So after that, he slides in Jake Paul's girls' DMs. Yeah, as a joke, but it was just funny, man. The way he did it, he was like, "Hey, don't forget about me." Like, come on, man.
Just like that.
That boy is crazy, bro. Tyreek Hill is nuts, man. I like Tyreek Hill. He's a good personality.
He's fast as hell.
Blur.
Fast as hell.
Bro, he'll outrun me and my little car I got out there, bro.
Yeah.
Quickness. He's insane, bro. Insane. I'm trying to think. Who's another good wide receiver, man? We were just talking about it's a wide receiver heavy league, too.
Darren Waller. He ain't no wide receiver.
Darren Waller, I like. A lot of people don't know the Darren Waller story, man, about him being an addict. And being out of the league and coming back in. I like his story as a person. I listened to his interview.
What's the name of that? The little show that did. Hard Knocks. That's
Hard Knocks,
That's how I learned about him. When they had Hard Knocks.
I learned about him on Busted with the Boys with Taylor Lewan and Will Compton. He did an interview with them, and I learned about his past. I like Darren Waller, man. He's got a good character, you know.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean that builds character when you go through a lot of stuff. It builds up your character. So
yeah,
Darren Waller's solid, man. Darren Waller's
solid.
He's a tight end.
Oh, that's what I was finna say when we was talking about tight end earlier. When we was like the tight end. The tight ends running like wide receivers now.
They are, man. You got Darren Waller, you got Travis Kelce, you got George Kittle. I mean, there's a lot of good tight ends, but
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
But he running like everybody.
Gesicki, nice.
Oh, Gesicki, yeah. That boy had. You see his gritty?
Yeah, bro. He was just keep practicing, my boy.
Buddy. It's okay.
Yeah.
I tried. A for effort, buddy. A for effort.
Turn the beat on for my boy.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey man, he He ain't got the right amount of melanin in it. He ain't got
That
it.
was funny.
That's funny.
That was funny.
That
was funny.
But nah, man, he's a good tight end. There's a lot of good tight ends, man. But then they also did that tight end I guess they did it for the fourth summer this year or something.
I like that they do that.
It's George Kittle,
Kelsey.
Travis Kelce put it on, and then what's his name? Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen put it on, and they bring all those tight ends. They bring a couple of QBs. I think they even had a couple of wide receivers this year. Okay. And they just, I think it's 3 or 4 days, they just focused on tight end, like, fundamentals. And you can see, like, there's a lot of guys that improved from it. Just watching the little clips that are online and everything, there's a lot of guys that you can see when the season started, they improved. Travis Kelce being one of them, because he led a little session they did, and then he participated in all of them. Mm-hmm. And you can see he's kind of got a little different swagger to him this year, you know?
I think he's the best tight. He's been the best for a while now. You know, it's just, Kelce different. He's just different.
Travis Kelce is different, man. Yeah. It's crazy to think, bro, that him and his brother both play in the NFL, and they're two totally different people, man.
Totally different. You see, they got a show now.
Yeah, they got a podcast now. I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched the whole episode, but two totally different people, man. So totally different people.
I think his brother's been one of the top centers in the league.
For sure.
You know? And Kelce, it's just crazy, and they both Super Bowl winners. So it's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
It's wild to think about, man. But I mean, when you look at it, like, it's funny how you look at the NFL and you see guys who are brothers. Like, what's his name in Buffalo? Diggs.
Diggs and Trayvon.
Yeah, Stephon and Trayvon. Yeah, they're like polar opposites. The Watt brothers, they're kind of similar, but I mean, hey, they're talking about. I'll bring this up. They're talking about T.J. Watt for defensive MVP already this year. That's that's one. Healthy. I don't know if they got that right. I don't know. He's good, man, but he ain't.
He won it last year.
He did. I don't know if he's gonna.
He hurt right now though.
Yeah.
So. He got to get back healthy. He tore his pec. See, that's a strong dude injury.
Yeah, it is. That's a big buff guy injury.
Yeah, bro. You know.
You take it.
But, hey, I know he had 22 sacks last year.
22 sacks last year.
And he missed 4 games.
Yeah. Missed 4 games. I mean, I don't know, man. The league's in a weird spot where, like, it's anybody's game right now, you know? We're in the first couple weeks of what's going to be a long season. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, you're talking about back to the Jags, you know, talking about what the Jags could do or will do, what could happen or will happen. I think this is the first year we've had in a while where it's really just like, depends. It depends on next week.
It's definitely,
It's as a fan, and I think if I was running a locker room or running an organization, you really got to take it week by week, man, see what happens. Week.
And that should be the mentality. It's always bad to try to count your wins, even though we see it a lot. Even we do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can beat this team, but just like from the first 2 weeks, man, you see the Giants 2-0. They look damn good. You know, it's just like the Falcons been almost upsetting teams going down to the wire. It's just
the Jets.
The Jets just
with a win.
You know
against
what I'm saying?
The Browns.
I definitely picked them to get the whoop.
Bro, it's just anybody. The league is so, like you said, it's in a weird place, but the league is so good, you can lose any given Sunday, bro.
Especially that first half of the first 7 games, 8 games.
Because everybody's still finding themselves and what they good at and stuff like that.
You on a hot streak and then you can be a shit show the next 8 weeks.
Bro.
It really could, man. It could be one of those where, like, if a team has an early bye, they lose all momentum, but at the same time, if they got a late bye, they're just buying time to get their guys some rest. You know what I mean? And hoping they can keep it up after their bye. Yeah. It's very interesting, man. Like it's gonna be fun to watch all season through.
And let's hope, let's pray that the Jags stay healthy because we ain't got nobody on the injury. Ain't nobody been injured.
Knock on.
You know what I'm saying?
Something. Knock on microphone. Something.
Microphone. I knock on head.
You know what I'm saying?
Knock on me.
Yeah, bro. But we ain't have nobody on the injury report. You know, we was healthy going through preseason. Yeah. Nobody on the injury report on the first week. Nobody on the injury report this week. Nobody injured right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody healthy. Even football, you're never healthy. After you
You just dealing with it.
you're just dealing with all your nicks and knacks throughout the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So you're never 100% healthy.
It's always that saying: are you injured or you hurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you're hurt, you can go.
Right.
Yeah.
You're injured,
Sit down.
sit your ass down. You know. You know?
And even then, man, they talk about people being injured.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not too injured to play. They were talking about, giving people shots of Toradol before the game and things like that.
That's a thing. That definitely is a thing. Yeah.
It's like some people want to win that bad, man. Look at what's his name, Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Take a needle to the lung
Yeah.
and pretty much end your career.
Yeah, for
You
real.
know?
So yeah, bro, it's just but it's just when that shot wear off. Ooh.
Oh yeah, and you're praying for that bye week.
Yeah.
Please God.
So what
Please,
that
I
shot
need a
do?
bye
It's
week.
just like what is it, steroid?
It's like a
numbing?
numbing, yeah.
Numbing.
It's like I think Toradol is like a non-narcotic numbing agent, basically.
Yeah.
So basically, my ribs hurt. Oh, okay, come here,
Phew.
and you're good.
Wow.
Oh, I got 60
Because
minutes in
I
me.
keep
Yeah.
hearing about people using that.
But it still hurt, but you just don't feel it.
Right.
And it's not
You
like
know
it
what I'm
used to
saying?
be either, because Rodgers in one of those interviews were talking about like, oh yeah, they used to just give you a handful of Percocet until you go play. Imagine playing ball off the perks, man. Bro, you be seeing stars everywhere. You see me.
Blue AT, let's go.
Yeah, you be seeing Madden hot routes in the grass.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I think the Jags did good this weekend. Jags did really
great.
good this weekend.
Yeah, great, bro.
It was a good weekend for football, man. College ball too. FSU got a win.
We'll talk about that.
Go
Yes.
Noles, bro. Go Noles.
And shout out to I don't even know his name.
Rodemaker.
The quarterback that came in. Shout out to him, man.
Oh yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I lost it when Travis got hurt.
Cause he was balling
Bro,
too.
I lost
Oh, yeah.
it, bro. I was like, I was finna tell you, boy, look at the jump.
He made
That's a hell of a
huge
jump, bro,
jump.
from last year, bro.
Huge jump.
It's nuts, man. College is another one that people were like crapping their pants over, because you got all these matchups. Like Nebraska was like favored by like, oh my God, to beat Northwestern first game of the year, and they lose.
Yeah.
And then they went on and lost their second game against somebody else, and they just said screw it. They fired their coach.
Yeah.
You know, LSU, who
just
was
got
like
there, too.
LSU with Brian Kelly coming in, and people being like, oh yeah, Brian Kelly from Notre Dame. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
FSU coming in here, take this L.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Hot plates of L's. Bro. It was college football's been really good so far. NFL has been really good so far. Man, pretty soon we're not gonna have, at the end of the season, we're gonna have to be watching that Australian League football too, just to get our fix. You know?
It's just
I never watched none of that.
Neither have I, bro. I haven't.
I'm gonna be honest.
I haven't. I thought about it. I ended up watching soccer one night, man. I don't like soccer, but it was entertaining.
I've been baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball.
See, man, I can't. I don't know. I used to watch the Braves when they had who were those two twins that played for them? We were in high school when they played for them.
Two twins.
Yeah, they had a pair of twins playing for them. I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm not sure.
They ended up trading one. Yeah, they had these two guys, young guys that were like great baseball players. They were twins. It would have been like 2011, 2012.
Woo.
That's when I watched them. That was the last time I actually sat.
I wasn't even looking at baseball.
Yeah.
Bro, that was probably the last time I sat down and watched a whole baseball game on TV. I'm like, just really into
Yeah, that's
it.
what he do. I can't. I can't even make it to the seventh inning, ninth inning stretch, whatever stretch.
Yeah, 7 innings.
Yeah, I don't even make it to that.
I know, man.
I watch the World Series though.
I just like pitch. I like watching the pitching and everything because of what they can do with it. I just don't understand how guys like Judge is hitting like 60 home runs. Like he got 59 home runs.
Because of steroids, bro.
Man, nah, that man is.
Bro,
I don't want to
steroids.
say.
That's why baseball sucks now. Is because there's no steroids anymore.
And that's true because that was the best time with baseball. You
Oh,
know,
Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, just
Barry
hitting
Bonds.
bombs, dude.
That was a hell of a
Barry
time.
Bonds.
Right, that was-
Boy,
that's
used to
just-
be my
Oh
favorite
man, the
player.
steroid era in baseball was amazing.
It's amazing.
Everybody thought they could be Ken Griffey Jr. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, all I gotta do is put this needle in my leg. I'll be a pro baseball player.
yeah, for real. So yeah, that was a great time for baseball for sure.
It was. I don't know, man. I'm so happy football's back because
Heck yeah, it's the best time of the year.
it is, man. It
Something
really
to do
is.
every Sunday, Monday,
Thursday.
Yep. Sunday,
Don't call my
Monday,
phone.
Thursday.
Saturday.
Leave me
Don't
alone.
ask me to do nothing.
Yeah.
I am busy.
We were moving this weekend. Ashley was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to watch football, but I can't." She's
Yeah.
like, "Well, you can listen to the game." You're like, "Damn right, I'm going to listen to the game." 99.9 right here.
Yeah.
You know.
So you gotta get like a whole nother experience this week, huh?
Bro, I felt like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to my boys play. Oh. I was like, I felt like old school, man.
Yeah.
Like, put on my high waiter pants, sit by the radio for a little bit and listen. But I like listening to the radio games, especially when like you have a good broadcast like you do. I mean, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but like Jacksonville has a good broadcast on Sundays, where the guys who are doing the color commentary and the analytics are good, they're knowledgeable, and they're Jags fans. You know, they're local guys who enjoy watching the Jags play, and they're not gonna BS you like somebody else would be like, oh well, yeah, you know, Trevor Lawrence, that was a bad play, but he's Trevor Lawrence and we love him. No, they were like, there was a play when Lawrence got out of the pocket and scrambled, had like a 3-yard gain for a first down. And one of the color commentators was like, you know, they should really have Trevor Lawrence doing that more. And both of the other guys were like, no, absolutely not. He's not built for that. No. Like
when he was running, I was like, man, get out,
slide, or do something.
Yeah, get out, just get out. Even though he's athletic, he can run, but bro,
No,
we
injured.
don't want you to get. Cause he's not the biggest. He's tall. He's not the thickest though.
He's a little stocky, but he's not. He ain't a thick boy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Thick boy.
So he ain't the Josh Allens of the world.
No,
you
man,
know.
That motherfucker.
So
Josh Allen's a giant, bro.
he's humongous.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed listening to the game, but yeah, it's gonna be a good year, man. It's
Great
gonna be a good
year.
year for football.
I think it can go anyway. I really do. Think the Jags can get the division the way the division is set up right now. It's very early, week 2, but hey, man, I see things going up, and that's all I'm going to expect going up. You know,
So do we beat the Chargers?
We gonna come back with that. You know what I'm saying?
The commercial, please.
Yeah, bro, to be honest,
We gonna come back with that.
I feel like we got a chance. Like last year,
Of course.
I don't feel like how I felt last year. And I was like just going in there every week saying we might win. I actually feel like we do have a chance to win if we can. I don't want to say play to their standard, but you got to. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, just play the way we play.
Look, man.
Play the way we play.
Just be honest. It's us three, Jesus, and all these fans. Just gotta be honest with them.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying play to their.
We're gonna win.
Okay.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win. We could say
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
Okay.
Like we're gonna win.
We're
I
gonna
think we
win.
will. I think we're gonna win, man.
But I got a little man in the back of my head saying it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be very
It's gonna be
hard.
hard.
It's just we're not doubting them at all, bro.
No,
It's
it
just
ain't that.
it's just we gotta.
We gotta click. We gotta have our momentum. We gotta have our tempo. We gotta be there, you know. And I think they got 5 days to get right, man. 5 days.
We can't be high off this win either. We gotta
go to
No,
work.
man, it's gotta.
Victory Monday, y'all off the day.
Yep, victory.
Enjoy
Monday.
yourself, even though y'all
Enjoy
ain't
your
hearing us
rest.
talk.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Doug Peterson said they're leaving on Saturday. You know, and stuff. So
Yeah.
just so they can stay acclimated on the East Coast time, because when you go, you know, it just had your body feeling different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all groggy when you go to the West Coast and just have your sleeping different and all that. It's just different. So
Maybe that's the excuse the Colts are using for losing this weekend. It was the changing from Central to Standard
I was
Time.
saying,
They
it's
were
1
used to
hour
that.
now. 1 hour ain't the difference now. We whipped that ass.
we with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
24-0.
Let's
was
go.
only shutout. Dude, it was a
It was great, bro. We were doing a wave in the stadium, bro.
Were you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, bro.
You know how long it's been since we did a wave? It's
2019,
you know what I'm saying?
2019.
Yeah,
And that way
just-
reminded me how old I am too.
bro, it's just crazy.
He kept getting me. Oh shit, it's trying to get up. My bad. It's trying to get up again.
My knees, I can't get up no more.
Bro, the wave lasted for like at least 2 minutes.
It did.
That's
It was a sick wave, like
that's
the
when
whole
you know,
stadium.
like that's the best thing about that environment is people are just like they're riding that high.
Heck yeah.
They're riding that high
got
from their
to,
team
man.
winning. You know, that's the best thing.
And we won in that fashion, man. So
Oh yeah.
it's great, man. But I mean, we can close that one out. We can close this one out, man. Vinny, we appreciate you.
Thank you guys for having me as
You know what I'm
always.
saying? Yeah, man.
Always.
He's gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna be back.
Going to see Vinny.
Yeah, dog. That's gonna be the segment. Going to see
Vinny.
going to see Vinny. Yeah, man. But that's gonna do it for another episode. It's your boy J.O.
It's your boy DZ, Meatball Denzel, whichever one you want to call me.
Whichever one you want to call him. And that's the Adjustment Show. Give it up for Vinny.
Thank you guys. Thank
And
you.
then that's it.
We did a lot of clapping that day.
You did.
Let's clap next Monday.
I turn planet just the adjustment show. We on our way to the top. Shout out to J.O.